Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dinda. Come back with me. Here I will discuss what is a verb and what is auxiliaries. Oh yeah, I was given 5 minutes to explain what verbs and what auxiliaries. So I hope my video reaches 5 minutes to discuss this discussion. Okay. What do you think we discuss it first? I think we will discuss first what is a verb, its type, and then example. After that, we will discuss what auxiliaries. Verb in English is one of the most important components of part of speech because its position is often almost always even as a predicate. But actually, how important is the existence of a verb for a sentence? Is the verb the same as other components of part of speech, which have many types? Now, let's discuss here. What are verbs? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, a verb is a word that indicates an action, behavior, or even experience by the subject. In the composition of the parts of speech, the verb is usually located right behind the noun or pronoun that is the subject. In Indonesian, verbs are commonly referred to as kata kerja. Actually, if all them describe it, there are more than 10 types verbs in the part of speech. However, to make it easier to understand, we will discuss 6 types verbs. The 6 verbs are 1. Regular, 2. Irregular, 3. Action or stative, 4. Transitive or intransitive, 5. Thinking, 6. Auxiliary. Regular and irregular. Regular and irregular verbs are 2 types. Verbs is different in their form, especially when they are transformed into sentence. Regular verbs are normal verbs which when changed to verb 2 and verb 3 and end with at. For example, we can see the next page. On the other hand, irregular verbs are that almost always change when they become verb 2 and verb 3. For example, we can see the next page. Action and stative verbs. Action verbs is a verb that is actually done physically by the subject. This type of verb is what we can call a real verb. Meanwhile, the stative verb, a verb that is not actually done physically, rather is done by other body parts such as thoughts and feelings. For example, you can see the next page. Intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs is a verb what makes sense even if it is not followed by any object. For example of intransitive verbs, we can see the next page. Transitive verb. transitive verb is that cannot be perfectly meaningful if they are not followed by an object. For example, in the sentence, I bring, the sentence cannot be called perfect because bring requires an object. For examples, transitive verbs, we can see the next page. Linking verb. Linking verb is verb that function to connect two different words, phrase, sentence. The purpose of using linking verbs is to facilitate sentence variation, because instead of acting as a predicate, a linking verb acts as a liaison between the subject and its predicate. For example, we can see the next page. Auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is have the same function as linking verbs, namely to connect. The difference, the auxiliary verb also serves to expand the meaning of a sentence. That is the reason why auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. There are four types of auxiliary verbs, namely have, do, be, and modals. For example, the next page. Auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are that function to complement and or clarify the main verb in a sentence. So the auxiliary verb cannot stand alone without the main verb. Various auxiliary verb. 1. Do. Do is an auxiliary verb that serves to emphasize the main verb. The auxiliary verb include do, does, did, and done, which are used by adjusting the English tenses. Do or does is used for present tense. Did used for past tenses. Then done is used for past perfect tenses. Auxiliary verbs are more often seen in the form of negative sentence, but so often appear in the form of positive sentence. The following is an example of an auxiliary verb to. Number 2 is be. Be includes am, is, are, was, were, been, being, and to be, which are used by adjusting the tenses used. Be is usually used to describe verbs, nouns, and present participles. For number 3, have. Have is an auxiliary verb which includes have, has, and had, which is by adjusting the tenses used. Have is used in present and future perfect tenses, has for present perfect, had for past perfect. Auxiliary verb have is usually followed by a past participle or verb 3. However, if the auxiliary verb have is followed by been, then the verb can be in the form of a present or past participle. Modals are auxiliary verb or auxiliary verbs. Modals consist of several types and each type has its own function. The following words are included in the modal auxiliary verb along with example sentence. 1. Can. The use of can is to express ability. For example, you can tell me what anything you want to. Could have the same function as can. It's just that could is a modal past, or it can also be used when speaking more formally. For example, when I was little, I could draw better. Number 3. May. May is hope is useful for possibilities. For example, Sandy may be angry because of your words. 4. Mike. Mike just like May. Mike serves to express the possibility. However, it might be used to express possibilities that are more uncertain and more formal. Example, my big brother might do his master's degree in Tokyo next year. 5. Must. Must has a function to express necessity. Must can also be replaced with have to or has to. Example sentence: Father must buy diapers for my little sister. 6. Ought to. Ought to is used in sentence that oblige something, such as the following sentence: They ought to come by motorcycle to avoid jam. 7. Shall. Shall also express obligation but is generally used in formal situation. For example, we shall look for new accounting staff. 8. Should. Should is used for past sentence. The function of should is to give advice or suggestion. For example, you should repair your bicycle. 9. Will. Will is a modal verb used to express a will or an intention. Example of use: she will join the camp if her parents allow her. And the last, number 10, would. The would function is the same as will. The difference is would is used for past tense sentence or for more formal sentence. For example, like the following sentence: If you had said to me, I would tell the truth to her. That's an explanation of verb and auxiliary verb. If I have mistake, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.